Next batch of articles. Ladies and gentlemen, Microsoft has lost their motherfucking mind. I repeat, Microsoft has lost their goddamn mind. Let's talk about it. Microsoft has raised the price of the console nobody wants. And I say that because I'm probably about to butthurt some Xbox fans. I have an Xbox. I have an Xbox Series X, and I had an Xbox Series S as well, but I gave it away to my homeboy. I bought 2 Xboxes in this lifespan. Okay? So don't call me a hater. Mine is right there. The Game Pass is great, but we got to be real. When it comes to hardware sales, for every 1 Xbox that's been sold, there's been 3 PS5s according to reports. We just being real. People don't want the Xbox hardware. And I'm going to be honest. I don't think they're going to want it more after this. If you're selling 1 to 3, that bitch might go 1 to 5, 1 to 6 now. Because according to reports, Xbox Games confirms to hit $80 this season, as well as they're raising console prices. And jokes aside, this is also a greater indication. I ain't going to hold you. If you got kids or you got a big family where you got to buy a lot of Christmas presents, this Christmas going to be rough. Oh, it's going to be rough. Thank that Cheeto in Chief. Some of you bitch ass niggas love. Microsoft is raising, because to be fair to Xbox, it's because of this. Microsoft is raising prices on Xbox by a lot. In an announcement today, the company said it will be raising prices on Xbox consoles, controllers, headsets, and some games. The price hike for consoles and accessories kicks in today, May 1st. That is when I am streaming this, today. So if you wanted an Xbox, nigga, you better hop in a time machine and go back to tomorrow.
Now listen.
You better call Marty McFly, my nigga. You're out of luck. And you know what's fucking funny? Hey, man, I'm about to pop my shit, right? First of all you stupid ass niggas, for the last like 6 months, I wasn't just talking about PC gaming. The price of everything's gonna go up. Tech, clothes, toys, food. Start talking about politics. Stop. Politics affect our lives. It's doing it again. If you thought you were about to get an Xbox this Christmas, PS4 nigga, you know what? I can't afford a PS5 because I refuse to get a job. You know, maybe if I collect enough cans, I can save up to get an Xbox Series S. That ain't happening either, nigga. This is the first time now that we're entering this new economic era where I will accept the answer that times are hard. They are hard. I will acknowledge that. I'm just tired of PS5 niggas or PS4 niggas acting like the last 5 years, all of it was hard. No, you were just chronically unemployed. Price increases are taking effect globally with the exception of headset prices, which are only going up in the US and Canada. Folks who say stop talking about politics are the same people Harriet left behind. Nah, that's facts. Why you want to leave the plantation? Massa gave us a nice warm bed. He gave us a job. I got 3 jobs. Shut up, bro. Deaf to all coons. There's certain things I stand on. I stand on that shit. Deaf to all coons. If you mad, oh well. I said what I said. Malcolm X is one of my favorite people. Deaf to all coons. We trying to get to the promised land. Real nigga, you said I came in at the right time. Going forward, here are the expected prices. So the Xbox Series S, the lowest tier model with 512 gigs is going to $370. Jesus. It's going up $80. Then the Xbox Series S, the 1 terabyte, is going from $350 to $430. Xbox Series X digital is going $450 to $550. That's $100 increase. Xbox Series X, $500 to $600. You're paying more for 5-year-old hardware. This is crazy. And it sucks too because like this, to be fair, it's really not Xbox's fault. But it's like the price of everything is going up. with these tariffs. Xbox Series X 2 terabyte is going from 600 to 730. The controllers, 64, $70, $80, $90, $150, $200. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm sticking to my GameSir controllers. They were $40. Some of the best controllers that I've had. Seeing the price of some of these parts are already going up makes me feel a lot better about rushing to buy everything. I tried to warn y'all. I tried to warn y'all. If you were looking to upgrade anything, if you were looking to buy a new car, upgrade your PC, get a new console, get any piece of tech, I tried to tell y'all. And the worst part is about all this is tomorrow's another day. We don't know how it's going to turn out tomorrow. I mean, one day we wake up, the tariffs is 10%. The next day we wake up, they 145. This dude is a fucking psycho. He can't make up his mind on what he wants to do. And I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't seem like he really has a real game plan. Because I can't stress this enough. A lot of our manufacturing comes from China, Vietnam, and Cambodia, I believe. And the thing is,
Get me wrong.
if China does
I'm thankful for your super chat.
225%,
To fund the purchase of the electric.
if China is producing most of the manufacturing for us, and they have food and tech and everything else they need on their shelves, why the fuck would they pick up the phone? They're the ones that are making the shit. This nigga's on TV talking about, oh, I'm just waiting for them to call me to make a deal. They don't need us because they're the ones that are manufacturing the shit. You got to pick up the phone. Also, you started the problem. Sam's Club has pre-builds on clearance. Might do that. Yo, shout out to Aquarius Kid with the super chat. You might have to do that. You might have to do that. Just make sure the CPU and the GPU are good. You can skip on the hard drive because you can always go upgrade the hard drive. But make sure that RAM, that CPU, and that GPU, the three big components, those are good. Always make sure. They said we can go band for band. Right. We can go band for band. These are spooky times, bruh. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But then on the flip side, Microsoft's a corporation. I don't give a fuck. They'll fire. I mean, we've seen it with EA. They just released a new character with Apex and let that nigga go as soon as the character released. So keep in mind, fuck these corporations too. I said this to someone that China don't need us, but they swear China's in shambles without us. I think it's because a lot of Americans have bought into the propaganda. I think a lot of Americans still have this idea that like a lot of Chinese people are like these rice peasant farmers. And that shit is so disrespectful.
Thanks for resubscribing.
Because all it takes is one Google search. Go look on TikTok, go look at YouTube videos, go look at some of these cities. They are far more advanced than ours. I just seen a video on TikTok. I was like, America is ghetto. They have a car, I think it's a BYD car, that has a motorized engine inside of the doors. So you can no longer slam. So like, you know how like, let's say you get into a fight with somebody and they try to slam your door, they can't do it. Because what happens is the computer and the engine, I guess, inside of the door, it detects a certain velocity and it instantly slows it down. I said, America's ghetto. You saw that video? So I think, unfortunately, and a lot of it is fucking ignorance, niggas just hating, bruh. Niggas just hating. Bro, the cars in China are insane. Yeah, I want that one supercar, the SUV. What is it? The Xiaomi SU7, I believe. That shit look fire. We can't get them over here. We can't get them over here. Yeah, racism is expensive. But jokes aside, you know, real world talk. If you were looking forward to trying to buy, you know, your nieces, your nephews, your sons, your daughters, you know, some type of gaming tech, just know for Christmas it's gonna be more expensive. Unless a deal in between time gets worked out. Because to be fair, a deal could get worked out by Christmas. I don't see it happening because I think this nigga's senile. I feel like the evidence is mounting up that this nigga is fucking senile.
Your donation.
And if it turns out that he is,
to look the other way,
people better keep that same energy they had with fucking Biden with his dumb ass.
I mean, training more little boys in the Batcave.
Yo, shout out to Dark City with the $5 super chat. Finally, I have enough money to get a 580 and the price of that brick is going up. Shit is crazy. It's funny because he was saying the same thing about Biden. Yeah, there's a clip. I don't know if y'all saw it. There's a clip that's going viral. It was Stephen A. Smith. He was talking to Trump and he asked him about, because, you know, they're warring with Harvard right now. They want Harvard to ban certain books. They're trying to ban free speech. Trump administration wants Harvard to ban certain books. And Harvard's like, no, we believe in free speech. Get the fuck out our face. And Stephen A. Smith asked him, you know, how you felt about that. And this nigga goes on a tangent about Harlem and black people voting. Y'all, I gotta show this clip. I'm like, yeah, I'm convinced he's senile. I'm convinced this nigga's brain is going. He's cooked. Let me see if I can find it. Harlem Trump. Like, this y'all president. Oh, you know what? It's in the group chat. Let me pull it up. I know it's in the group chat for a fact. Let me pull it up. Y'all got to see this shit. You said, yeah, I seen it. God damn it. 1 second. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Oh, here you go.
Stephen A. Smith just did an interview and he asked President Donald Trump a question about Harvard. I bet you 7 Bitcoins you cannot predict where Donald Trump takes this.
Just listen.
Roll the clip.
Would think about Harvard. What they're basically talking about is they're asking, what do you say to those who view your actions as an attack on academic freedom rather than a defense of fairness? What do you say to that?
Well, I say this: we had riots in Harlem, in Harlem, and frankly, if you look at what's gone on, and people from Harlem went up and they protested, Stephen, and they protested very strongly against Harvard.
He had to have misheard him. No, stop defending this shit. There's no misheard. He very clearly said, in regards to Harvard, they take it as an attack on free speech. And this nigga not only started talking about Harlem, he said there were riots in Harlem. That is a sign of being senile. Nigga, when were there Harlem riots? In 2025, please. Even if he thought he heard Harlem, when were there riots in Harlem? What are we?
Happened to be on my side. You know, I got a very high black vote. You know that. Very, very high black vote. It was a very great compliment to me. I did criminal justice reform. I did opportunity zones for one of the greatest economic deals ever for the black and Hispanic community. I got tremendous. They agree with what I'm doing with respect to Harvard.
This is how you know dementia or him being senile is kicking in. He's talking about riots in Harlem. If you've been to New York recently, Harlem is gentrified. Not all of it, but like half of Harlem is gentrified. And he's talking about riots with black people. What the fuck are you talking about, my nigga? They're talking about gentrification and fighting high housing in fucking New York right now. What are you talking about, dude? This nigga's talking about 1964. So to bring it back full circle to what I was talking about earlier, when I said, you know, it's possible they could work out a deal. It's also not possible because I genuinely think he's starting to show more signs. I think he's becoming senile. And these are scary. Like it's scary because when you got a senile old man, then they can be easily manipulated. You don't know who he's got around him. Yeah, the main's talking about the housing. It's been gentrified. I remember jokes about it happened years ago. They're eating the dogs. It's fucking embarrassing. So the same shit they was clowning Biden about, I think the same. I would not be surprised in the next 2 years we find out his real medical reports, because that's another sus thing. On his medical reports, it said that, oh, he's the healthiest president we ever seen. Why are you saying that? What are you trying to hide? Said they're eating the dogs in the street. Wasn't Biden senile? Yeah, that's literally what I just said. Keep up YouTube chat. Come on, guys. That's enough of that. So just know the Xbox price is going up. That's y'all president. Them putting his temp at 98.6 degrees every week. 6'3", 2010. It's a lot of sus shit going on. Just know, and don't be surprised. And to be fair to Xbox, don't be surprised if we see news of other products start to go up as well. Just putting y'all on. He said, "Here comes the Trumpers." They always expose themselves. Did you see how he thought that Photoshop the MS-13 dude? Yeah, I saw that interview. He said it's not Photoshop when clearly that picture's Photoshop. Shout president, man. Yeah, I like that when I clear my sinuses.
Every time someone donates a super chat, I'm going to Snapchat Sonic my intrusive thoughts.
Not even a good Photoshop. Facts. Shout out to Fernando with the super chat. He said came back once again from Twitch to say that the YouTube chat definitely voted for that brain dead Cheeto. Nah, I'm not gonna put it on the whole YouTube chat. Yo, chill. It was only one person in the chat that said it. I will say it's always one person lurking with that dumbass comment. Imagine just disappearing in your neighborhood by using the symbol. It's fucking crazy, man. Bad Titanfall news. Bad Titanfall news. It seems like we're never gonna get Titanfall 3, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm heartbroken. Don't include me in the cult. Titanfall fans react to the extraction shooter cancellation. Is this the final nail in the coffin for Titanfall 3? Titanfall fans have been reeling for the news. EA has canceled another incubation project at Respawn Entertainment, which we covered 2 streams ago. But in their announcement, they said they canceled 2 projects. What I recently found out is one of them was Titanfall. It simultaneously let off a number of individuals across its incubation, Apex Legends Star and Star Wars Jedi EA Experience teams. Bloomberg reported the canceled game, codename R7, was an extraction shooter set in the Titanfall universe, and while that is not Titanfall 3, the sequel fans have been clamoring for, some are devastated that the fan favorite Titanfall 2 is still without a sequel almost a decade later. I just fell to my knees at Walmart, said one person. While another wrote, I can't take this shit no more. Who the fuck said that? I fell to my knees. Oh, he went off. He's going off Reddit. I fell to my knees at Walmart. You know what's funny? I feel like somebody really did do that shit. That shit is fucking funny, dude. But I feel his pain, though. I feel his pain. We been begging for this shit. Like, it's so crazy. Like, EA, we know y'all like money. You would print money with this game. We've been begging for it. What I will say, though, is what disappoints me is they said this shit was an extraction shooter, so maybe it needed to be canceled.
I guess dropping a super bag on a super nigga like me would be super appropriate for a time like this.
Yo, shout out to Dion with the super chat. He said, and some of y'all didn't vote because y'all don't like black women. Straight weirdos. Read a book and stop watching Aiden Ross and Tate. He's not wrong.
Dropping a super bag on
He's not wrong.
Nigga like me would be super appropriate for a time like this.
Yo, shout out to Zarky with the super chat. He said, Twitch, get them subs up. The YouTube chat going crazy. Damn, he said, y'all need to go ban for ban with the YouTube chat. I mean, they are dropping super chats. They said, get them subs up. Eto's been in the dark room listening to Drake with a bottle of Jack and Daniels. Facts. He not wrong, though. Y'all need to... We gonna get a documentary. We're gonna do a documentary called The Lost Generation. It's gonna be like what happened during COVID, thanks to Andrew Tate and fucking Fresh and Fit. All that red pill shit, brainwashing motherfuckers, bro. How many more times will this happen before they finally give up and leave us our sorrow? They said. Not all fans are taking it as bad news. However, some think an extraction shooter based in the Titanfall universe would have killed the franchise. I actually agree. If Extraction was a game mode, I'd be cool with that, as long as it has the other foundational stuff. But if it was supposed to be Titanfall 3 was supposed to be an extraction shooter, yeah, they should have took that out back and shot it. I'm not mad at that. So just know that was one of the canceled games. At least we know they're working on the new Star Wars game, I guess. But I ain't gonna hold you. What Respawn doing after Star Wars Jedi 3? That's what I want to know. You need a hug, dude? What's up, dude? You all on my body. You okay? You okay? You need somebody to clout you up. You the most handsome dog on the block. You the smartest. You the fastest. Let the people what you got to say. Got the big body bends. Got big shoulders. You eat all the bones. You eat all the kibble. You chase all the sheep. And you my best friend, okay? All right, back up. That's enough affirmations. Bye. Thank you. Can I drop a link to Alana Pierce's video about the state of the gaming industry? How long is that video? How long is it? I think the gaming industry is pushing extraction shooters too hard. Right. And I like who's asking for it is the better question. Yeah, because she do be yapping. How long is that video?
Thanks for the super chat. Your donation will be used responsibly to pay off the Gotham PD to look the other way. They don't need to know why I locked away. I trained 4 little boys in the Batcave.
Yo, shout out to Batictus Prime with the super chat. LOL, I'm not trying to be an asshole to Trumpers in the chat, but who the hell is defending this ninja? It was only one person. It was only one. He ain't said nothing since. I think he realized he was enemy territory. He said, wait a minute, it's a bunch of fucking liberals in the chat. It was only one person, so you could. So wait a minute, this is not a red pill community. These guys are still in the Matrix. Yeah, nigga evacuated the premises. He ain't type shit in the chat. Yeah, he said, I'm out. I should have checked the perimeter before I typed to these Negroes. Ubisoft drops a heavy hit for the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown 2 coming. Very interesting. Prince of Persia: Lost Crown developers have got done dirty. For those unaware, I'm not even going to read this. I already know. They disbanded the team. So that's why I'm surprised by this news. Eurogame reported last year that the internal team at Ubisoft Montpellier that had created the game have been disbanded and moved on to other projects. Now with the game passing 2 million players, Ubisoft appears to be dropping hints that a sequel could be possible. You've revived the legend. A post on Ubisoft social media reads, "The prince is back, and believe us, he's just warming up." So now that they got 2 million in sales, because I remember when this game first came out, it didn't sell well. But what I will say about this game is and this is the benefit of making good art. Even if it doesn't sell right away, if it's good, it could sell by word of mouth. And maybe more people tried it out because it kept getting warm reviews. I always praise this game. It was one of the better games last year. Maybe Ubisoft is looking like, maybe we pulled the trigger on disbanding this team too soon and we should have gave it more of a chance. Which is good. Maybe it is coming back. Or it could have been the Ubisoft Plus, like the subscribers trying it out. Yeah, Ubisoft be trying too much. Also, keep in mind, Ubisoft sold off their biggest IPs. Prince of Persia wasn't one of them. So since Ubisoft owns the full rights to this, maybe they're looking at it like we need to keep it alive and try something different when really they need to finish that remake for Sands of Time. They received an award and got kicked out. Unfortunate, bruh. Unfortunate. They should have kept Immortal Phoenix. I agree. I wish we would have got a sequel on that game. Another L for the DEI losers. Right. The black man up. Platinum Games live service game could be in development. I don't know who asked for this, especially after Babylon's Fall. You guys probably never heard of that. It was a game that came out and like got shut down a week later. Platinum Games might be returning to live service games, as a new jobs listing suggests that the company is returning to the world of online gaming despite their last attempt, Babylon's Fall, being a huge bomb. Platinum Games, best known for its incredible single-player action games such as Astro Chain, Nier Automata, and Metal Gear Rising and Bayonetta. There have been a few outliers such as Star Fox Zero, but stabbing and shooting enemies in fast-paced combat is usually their vibe. I'm not gonna lie, I love Platinum Games, but Platinum Games is like the J.R. Smith of game studios. Because like, yeah, they made Nier Automata, they made Metal Gear Rising, they made Astro Chain, Bayonetta 2, but then they also gave us The Legend of Korra, that Ninja Turtles game, Star Fox Zero. It's like every time these niggas drop a banger, they drop the shittiest of shittiest duds. You don't know what you gonna get. You don't know if a nigga gonna drop 30 or you gonna end up losing a playoff series because you don't know how to pass the fucking ball. You know? These niggas is the J.R. Smith for the fucking league, bro. Don't remind me of Korra. They have such a weird record, dude. Also, we never got what's the Xbox game with the dragons? That shit got canceled too. The Jamal, we can say Jamal Murray, yeah. If we want to use a more modern example, Scalebound. We never got Scalebound. It appears that Platinum Games is stepping out of its comfort zone, as a new job posting on the company spotted by Tech for Gamers mentions that a staff member is needed with experience working on an online action game, particularly in level design for an online open field game. Why? After Babylon failed, this game came out last year and it literally got shut down like 2 weeks later. It was fucking horrible. It was an online game that nobody wanted to play. Your specialty clearly is making vast action adventure games, so focus on your strengths. Like, who is greenlighting this shit? We won't be paying attention to this game.
Since super chats are just a known form of glazing, that means for every donation TBH gets, I get the chance to glaze. I mean,
shout out to Brandon.
Into Sonic's dreamy green eyes.
Shout out to Brandon with the super chat. You shoot when it don't matter, you J.R. Smith. This man KG in the chat said, just installed this and I haven't played it yet. I don't think you can play it. They shut down the servers, bro. This is an online game. You better get a refund on Steam. What the fuck? Marvel Rivals is coming to PC, if you're into that. I don't know. Mobile fighting game. Anybody? You want to see some gameplay? It's coming to PC. Anybody? This the shit you be seeing at Dave & Buster's. All I see is microtransactions, baby. I was talking about Prince of Persia. Oh, my fault, OG. My fault. I'm not playing this shit.
Your
Chat.
resub is
But
cool,
it's coming to
but
PC.
honestly, there's only one
I feel like they was like, you know, we made a lot of money on mobile. Maybe we'll do it on PC. It's hard though. Not gonna lie. Whenever the private servers drops, I'm in there. Oh, this game is actually really good. You're enjoying it. I see a couple people in the chat say they like this game. Okay. What do you like about it? I'm not gonna lie. I see mobile. I lose interest. What do y'all like about it? Let me know. It's got 60 FPS, better visuals. Yeah, I know this game is mid. Stop lying. Not my game. Have fun though. This game's slick fun on mobile, but it doesn't make sense coming to PC. Because isn't it like touch controls? Are they gonna add actual like fighting combos and shit in this game? It's a good time waste. It's good for the doctor's office, but you wouldn't play it any other where. Did you see the Acolyte might be getting a second season? I didn't even watch the first one. And that power of friendship, the power of many. Touch controls, kind of like Injustice Mobile. Oh, I played Injustice Mobile, so it's like that. You tap for different combos. Yeah, I don't see how that translates to PC.
Your super chat is deeply appreciated. This money will go towards a 23andMe kit. I know I'm black, but I need a DNA test to reveal if I'm
shout out to Average
or just Blake Griffin black.
Shout out to Average with the super chat. He said, "What's your favorite game this year?" It's between Split Fiction and Kazan. Which reminds me, I need to finish Split Fiction. But it's between those two right now. But I haven't touched Expedition. I haven't touched I feel like I'm forgetting something else besides South of Midnight. No, it ain't NBA 2K25. Yeah, I gotta get to it. But Split Fiction so far. But I keep seeing gameplay of Expedition 33. I feel like I'm gonna really like it. Which is a perfect segue for our next topic. You know another game I feel like I'm gonna really like? The Outer Worlds 2. IGN's got a preview, talking hot. I'm gonna go on YouTube and look for it because their video players ass. Let's see if we can find it on YouTube. So obviously is Madden. Nah, we're good. We're gonna put this on a 1.5 and then we're gonna hop in the sub box. Let's see what else we got going on. Wait, what the hell? Playback speed. There we go. 1.5. Oh, hold on. Let me switch my account because I don't want no ads. I gotta go to my main account. Got that YouTube Premium. You know I gotta use that.
I remember vividly when we first caught wind of the Outer Worlds back in 2018. My managing editor at the time talked about his preview and what developer Obsidian was working on, an original first-person RPG with the makings of a Fallout game. As someone who still won't shut up about Fallout New Vegas to this day, that was music to my ears. It turned out to be one of my favorite games of 2019, but
no Survivor playthrough part 2.
Fallout, I saw it more as a foundation for Obsidian to work within. There were certain limitations to what the first Outer Worlds could be in terms of size and scope, and that much was clear in the several conversations I've had with the development team when reflecting on it. But after seeing the sequel in action for the first time, and interviewing key folks at Obsidian, the Outer Worlds 2 seems like that original vision fully realized. For all the details I've been able to dig up
Where's
about
the Order 1888 sequel,
1886 sequel, it ain't happening. The Outer Worlds 2 needed to be a deeper RPG where player choice has more of an impact in nearly all aspects of the experience. And from everything
like me killing everybody
worth of exclusive coverage, this sequel looks like it's stepping in the right direction.
He said it's in the right direction.
Based on an early build of the game, all of which has been through hands-off demos, and all the footage you've seen was provided by Obsidian. So while I haven't played it yet, The Outer Worlds 2 is so far reminding me of some of the best parts of the studio's long list of RPGs, where unconventional playstyles are viable, and unpredictable choices and outcomes are intrinsic to the role-playing aspect, asking you to roll with the punches, regardless of whether or not it's deemed optimal.
I have it sped up Psychic
in several ways. Attributes, which were stats that you invested in as you leveled up, have been set aside for a heavier focus on skills, a total of 12, including staples like engineering, explosive, guns, hacking, leadership, and more.
I like the character design. Yeah, that black dude they showed earlier looked really good graphically.
Their functions. While this may seem like further streamlining, the goal is to make sure the points that you invest in various skills have a more noticeable impact throughout the process of leveling up, as opposed to the minute effects you'd feel from the old attribute system. Of course, I can't speak to how this comes to fruition in a full playthrough, but there are systems in place that feed into the idea that these mechanical decisions can affect your character in bigger ways. That leads to perks, of which there will be about 90 to choose from. There are specific skill levels needed to gain access to certain perks, but these are set to offer significant changes to what you can do in combat, conversations, exploration.
Yeah, I uploaded a video about Borderlands 4 today.
Fire and reload while sprinting and sliding for those who want to approach enemies with the mentality of a traditional shooter. Or the serial killer and psychopath perks that grant bonuses for those who try a much more violent playthrough. Or the Space Ranger perk.
Ooh! Let me hear that again. They got a psychopath class? You know, because... yeah, I'm doing a genocide playthrough. I'm killing everybody.
Sliding for those who want to approach enemies with the mentality of a traditional shooter. Or the serial killer and psychopath perks that grant bonuses for those who try a much more violent playthrough. Or the Space Ranger perk that lets you convert points in your speech skill into damage bonuses in battle and offering you.
It's the Outer Worlds 2.
Dialogue branches may vary based on skills.
Well, you need to play the first one to understand the story. It does end on a cliffhanger. the ending I got, so you might want to watch a summary on YouTube.
Perks you have, more so than the original, or your character may pick up on things in the environment they wouldn't have been able to otherwise, so the results of your build aren't just isolated in combat scenarios. Those are just a few examples of how these systems feed into specific playstyles with the intention of rewarding you for the way in which you're
there's no third person.
Then there are traits that stack additional permanent effects that you wouldn't necessarily get through the perk system. The catch is that if you want to take more positive traits, you have to also select negative traits, and that's where things can get interesting. I'm actually curious about how I'd play with something like dumb, where I'd have to lock myself out of ever putting points.
When you're dumb, you weren't recruited for your ability to plan or solve problems. You just can't learn some things. During this skill selection, lock 5 of the 12 available skills. Those skills can never have points added. Wait, why would I want to do that?
It's a 5 of the 12 skills. Or sickly, where I'd take lower health and toxic resistance. It seems like a trade-off that could be worth it depending on how I want to build my character. But if you want to lean more into unconventional mechanics and account for things you usually wouldn't in other RPGs, enter the new flaws system. Like in the original, the game is watching your behavior.
People love to nerf themselves in RPGs. That's one way to roleplay, I guess.
How you play the game. However, The Outer Worlds 2 goes deeper on this idea. You're not just offered a perk point if you take a flaw.
Super chats are just a known
Flaws now
form
have
of
bespoke
glazing.
status effects
That
and
means for
conditions
every
that can have major
donation
ramifications.
TBH gets, I get the chance to glaze. I mean, gaze into Sonic's dreamy green eyes.
Yo, shout out to Mikey with the super chat. He said, what's the easiest way to get into learning about building PCs and different specs? All right, Mikey boy, you're in the YouTube chat. So what I want you to do is open up a tab and search on YouTube how to build a PC. And then save that tab. Stay in the stream. I got you. There you go. YouTube University.
For how you play the game moving forward.
You can literally watch videos that'll show you like step by step.
Behind them. Sungazer offers regenerative
That's how everybody learns
during the day at the cost of extreme visual lens flare and reduced accuracy, and that's activated by
Gamer Nexus, Linus Tech Tips, so many channels.
Skip through
Yeah, Paul's Hardware is a good one too.
Choices frequently. Foot and Mouth offers a permanent XP bonus while forcing you to make all future dialogue choices in a 15-second window. And if that timer runs out, the game will pick for you, which can lead to some unintended consequences. There's another flaw that'll force you to accept all future flaws no matter what, and Obsidian hinted at one that will...
PCPartPicker.com though is the best website though, because it has a thing on there, compatibility mode, so it doesn't allow you to purchase parts that aren't compatible with one another. So, you know, watch some videos on YouTube and then pick out your parts on PCPartPicker.com, and it even links you to where you can buy the parts. So just remember that too, YouTube and PC Part Picker.
Account for those who like to save scum, but that remains to be seen. It's bizarre ideas like these that could shake up your playthrough. Obsidian said there are around 30 flaws in total, and my hope is that the incentives...
If you have a Micro Center near you, go to Micro Center. They'll do it for you, $100.
Could diminish their impact.
If you're sure. Just try to come back in one piece, all right?
His character model looks good.
Obsidian put a lot of thought into how to rebuild its RPG mechanics with the intention of making something that is more reactive and impactful, or at least purposeful along the progression path. And with no respec beyond the intro mission, you'll have to build out your character with a little more care. Hands-off demos can only tell you so much though, so I'm expecting everything else around
Well, since decision making matters so much more in this, when I kill everybody, I want to feel that shit. Like when I walk in a room, I want these niggas to feel like I'm Dr. Doom or some shit, bruh. Because I am going to kill everybody again.
Worlds 2 to bring out the best in those systems and push me to engage with them beyond the surface level.
It's him! Get out!
Well and good, and the brief gameplay sequence is also promising. While the first game had approachability at the forefront, The Outer Worlds 2 looks like it's offering more variability with a web of systems that come together for something a bit more sophisticated. One example of that, we now have actual stealth mechanics with a better detection system, proper stealth kills, and scenarios in which that approach would make sense. And features such as the damage bar readouts tell you whether or not a stealth attack will be worth it. The N-ray scanner is one of the new gadgets you'll use, and this lets you see through walls and detect cloaked enemies or key objects hidden in the environment. But it'll expand your mana-like energy. It's a tool that's conducive to this playstyle, and I'm looking for how this approach could be sustained throughout the game. Judging from the brief run of the N-ray facility, for example, I saw snippets of that in action, which leans into this particular playstyle I prefer. This level was also ripe for playing it like an immersive sim, and it gives me hints of Deus Ex or Dishonored, especially with how you navigate the level and find different paths. I know the DNA of those games will always find their way into first-person RPGs, but it's something that wasn't quite as present in the first Outer Worlds and very much apparent in this sequel.
Fear not, my brethren. The eyes of the unworthy cannot behold our transcendent forms.
And while I'm excited for stealth options and wielding the environment to create paths forward, the punched-up gunplay and addition of gadgets show an improvement in combat approaches across the board. The aforementioned slide firing perk, along with the returning tactical time dilation, looks to be a deadly combo in a
Yeah, see, I think I'm gonna build that tree right there. I'm gonna build the tree that gives me the psychopath perks and the one that let me slide around and shoot everything up in slow motion.
Firefight, but some wild.
We're gonna have a Max Payne. We're gonna have a crazy Max Payne build.
Planet Killer, or the advertisement blasting pop gun that'll distract enemies, widen your tool set.
Ooh, new stealth. The last game has stealth in it.
Will probably be an old reliable in my playthrough, and I'm sure I'll be.
The game literally lets you play how you want to play.
This game's version of the BFG in the toughest fights. With Obsidian saying they look to games like Destiny in terms of reworking the gunplay, I think it's a net positive for how the game feels on a moment-to-moment basis. There's an emphasis on better mobility, smarter enemy behavior, and varied enemy types, along with that wider, more creative arsenal. But there's also no more level scaling, and so there's been more consideration in how difficulty works in The Outer Worlds 2, with tiered enemies and static levels for encounters across the game, letting encounters be designed with more intent, especially with where designers want to funnel players and create friction. It's the more intimate details of level design that excite me though, and seeing interiors like the Xyranium lab be noticeably bigger and intricate with multiple paths has me thinking about—
is this about to drop?
But it's the large open zones that are also a key—
I think it drops this year.
I've said in previous coverage that—
Is this considered a looter shooter? No, it's an RPG.
So The Outer Worlds 2 has
a single-player RPG,
and rewarding players who poke around its areas with more side stories and useful loot in a way that the first game just couldn't do. Points of interest out in the distance are built intentionally and are said to be placed for a reason and draw players to those locations and discover quests off the beaten path. Now this is all based on a brief walkthrough of Golden Ridge, which is the only open zone I saw and the one you're seeing here. It does seem like there's a lot more going on at the ground level, and I hope that this design philosophy extends to the rest of The Outer Worlds 2's open regions. Lastly, Obsidian wasn't ready to share many details on story or companions, but game director Brandon Adler hinted at a world-changing event happening early on when landing on Golden Ridge, and that's supposed to be indicative of the types of swings that they're going for. Creative director Leonard Boyarsky, who was one of the original Fallout developers, spoke to how the team is thinking about The Outer Worlds 2's story, and he mentioned being sharper with its humorous tone, while going deeper on its commentary about how corporations and those in power will exert and abuse their power on those seen below them. It seems a major factor in conveying these themes will be through factions, the Protector—
So we get to destroy evil corporations, hell yeah.
The Order of the Ascendant, Auntie's Choice, which is a merger between Auntie Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the first game. While companions are optional, it appears they'll be an important lens through which you navigate and understand the world. Boyarsky also emphasized the intention of making a story that can stand the test of time.
It's double smoke too. Double smoke meat.
A direct reflection of the times in which it was made.
Oh, get your ass on. Doggies can't have this.
Including New Vegas.
Sorry. It's not for doggies.
Overall, I get the impression that Obsidian is trying to avoid homogeneity in its gameplay systems and build worlds with quest lines and encounters that tease out the very options you have this time around. You can have complex and creative systems to toy with, but ultimately, it's a means for engaging with the captivating stories tucked within where we have a distinct role to play. If the original Outer Worlds was Obsidian setting up the framework, my hope is that this sequel is the full potential of the series coming together. And that's something we'll have to see when The Outer Worlds 2 comes out later this year.
How much protein?
If you missed any of my interviews throughout this month-long IGN First, be sure to check all of them out. And of course,
7 grams of protein per serving. Which is 2 sticks.
With IGN.
Look at his ears. Yeah, his senses is full blown. Get this shit on my face. It looks good. Let's go in the sub box. Eating dog stacks. Beef jerky is dog stacks, I guess. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers official gameplay overview. 14 minutes. Oh my lord. We got another one. The sub box is blessing us. Shadow Labyrinth. Official pre-order trailer. New GI podcast out. Make sure to check that out. Make sure to go to the GI channel if you haven't already. New podcast out. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. What else we got? A game about how corporations are bad. That sounds communist. Sounds like communist manifesto propaganda, Marxist bullshit, liberal bullshit. GI podcasts are always dope, but not 3 hours though. Yeah, I seen somebody say that in the comments. Like, man, this shit ain't 3 hours. My bad. We didn't have 3 hours worth of content for you guys. Just make sure you hit the like button. Let's see here. Look, early access. I mean, we already got a 14-minute video. This is from yesterday. Okay, we got everything. All right, let's check out this Wu-Tang. I was not expecting this. 14 minutes. You know we about to put this on 1.5.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to your developer preview of Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers. My name is Stephen Tukowski, the community manager for Wu-Chang, and today we'll explore the game's rich world, showcasing the trailers, pre-order incentives, and
yeah, we talked about the price hikes already. Simple Jack.
The action with Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers.
Wu-Tang is for the kids.
Dynasty is dead. Although I swore to protect it, I failed. Now I walk the path of blood until my mission is fulfilled. I will not rest until all traitors are silenced and our stolen kingdom returned. Who dares to question my will, standing in the way of my redemption?
Why does shit look so ashy? Hold up, yo. And it doesn't go above 1080p. Okay. Yo, dear game developers, we got to stop releasing ashy game trailers. Freaking Sinners released in 70mm, which for those unaware, that's like somewhere between like 14 and 18K. We got 8K TVs coming out. Can we stop these ashy ass games? I know the game don't look like this when it's on my monitor.
Your super chat is deeply.
But if you're trying to sell me a game,
money will go towards
put some lotion on this bitch, bro.
I know I'm black, but I need a DNA test.
Get some shea butter.
Taco Fall black or just
Get some
Griffin black.
Get some Lubriderm, whatever you like to use. Yo, shout out to KJ with the sub, the super chat. Appreciate it. He said, hit the like button. Hit the fucking like button. You like it dry, no lotion? All right, buddy. Right. Let me see if I put it on normal. Does that change it? This shit is ashy, bro. And the worst part is, did y'all upload this to y'all channel? Oh, this is the Game Trailers channel. Let me see if I can find a better version, because this is a re-upload. Maybe that's why. Let's see, paste. Do they not have an official? Nope. They don't have an official channel. So this is the original upload. I guess.
My emperor will not fall in vain. You are just another lost soul. Trying to.
They got guns in this game? No.
Thanks for the resub. Now I can afford a retwist for my loss.
Nothing is forever. That's facts. Shout out to South of War. Y'all hear that, chat? Nothing is forever. Stop looking at her story. She don't want you no more.
You never know you are a monster.
Is this all just cutscenes? Where's the gameplay overview?
Comes to slay you.
I don't care about these cutscenes. Get to the gameplay. Is this a compilation of trailers? Where's the gameplay overview?
Feathers, warring factions, and a mysterious disease that spawns monstrous creatures, you assume the role of Bai Wuchang, a formidable pirate warrior suffering from amnesia and the dreaded feathering disease. This affliction grants her immense power, but progressively transforms her into a monstrous being.
So we're fighting the disease of the woke mind virus.
Powered by Unreal Engine 5. Environments range from intricate ancient architecture to realistic natural landscapes, providing a visually stunning experience that is both authentic and breathtaking. As you navigate through this world, you'll encounter a variety of enemies, from fantastical beasts to ancient abominations, all of which will test your resolve and skill. As highlighted in the trailers, Wu Chang's journey is fraught with perilous bosses.
Well, no, I wanted a gameplay overview, homeless. Like, I wanted to see what the developers were saying. I thought that's what this was. He's doing it now.
That test your strategic thinking and adaptability. Now sit back and let's experience one of the boss encounters you will enjoy in Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Yo, who edited this trailer? Oh, shit. Fire the editor.
Sisters, we are. Sisters will stay. Sisters from birth. Sisters till.
Titty's all in the camera and shit.
Smithies.
I can save her. Okay, get to it. Didn't we already see this fight? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they need to fire the editing team. Yeah, they showed this gameplay already. So they're just reusing gameplay with a little bit of yapping. This is disappointing. We're out of there, bro. We're out of there. We watched this the other day. My bad. Shadow Labyrinth. Pre-order trailer. What is this? The Age of Bharat. Somebody in the chat just asked me about this. Here you go. I've never seen this before.
Bharat, the land of ancient India. A blessed land of noble heroes and glittering cities. But where heroes rule, villains will attack.
Big body bends. Brock Lesnar ass.
Plunderers will pillage. The time has come to fight these invaders. The time has come to fight these monsters.
Okay, baddies confirmed.
The time
Azura's Wrath?
To fight the demons. The time has come to fight those who oppress.
Let's show some gameplay.
The tribes. The time has come to declare war. It's time for you to join the army of heroes.
Cinematic fantasy. Whoa! That was a fire transition. That was a fire transition right there. So the game really looks like that.
To join the army of heroes.
Okay, so like this is an Indian game. I think somebody in the chat was talking about. I don't know a lot about Indian culture. Is this like Azura's Wrath type shit? Like who are these characters? Are these based off like religious figures or something like this? I fuck with this cult. This shit is mad ethnic, nigga. I fuck with that. I fuck with it. Like an Indian Azura's Wrath. Nah, the animations look rough. The transition was good, but these animations look kind of rough.
Fight the monsters. Stand with your people.
Oh, it's got co-op. Ah, that's kind of cool.
Play the Age of Bharat.
Frame rate dropping and shit.
Protect the weak. Punish the wicked.
It's pre. Oh, you're right. It did say it's pre-alpha footage. This is very early footage. You're right. To be fair.
Bharat Mata ki Jai.
The Age of Bharat. Discover how we're building the Bharat universe. Follow our journey. Wishlist on Steam and the Epic Game Store. So right now it's only coming to PC. I think it's an indie title. What I'll say about this is I see the vision, but it is a little rough around the edges. I like the idea of the co-op. I like the cultural aspect of it. It's something different I think we haven't seen in games, at least for a while or ever. I don't know. But it is a little rough around the edges. They got to clean it up. It looks like a real alpha. That's one of those ones like, I'll keep my eye on it. Hopefully it gets better. Logic is in the game before GTA 6. I don't know what the fuck this is. Paradise Records official trailer. Logic, Tremaine Hudson, Kevin Smith. What is this? New Bobby Biracial?
Hey, excuse me.
Hip hop's in the bag, nigga. What the fuck? Anyways, I'm sorry about that, sir.
That was racist.
Welcome to Paradise. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for the hip hop section.
It's right. It's just right there in the back. Thank you for meeting me, sir. Just need another extension. Just need one more extension.
How the hell do you owe $178,000?
There's got to be something I can do to save my business.
There's no.
This is one of those movies inspired by early 2000s movies where this is just a middle-class guy who loves hip-hop, works in a record store, meets lots of interesting characters. He finds himself in debt. So now he has to go on an adventure in the next 24 to 72 hours and conjure up $20,000 to save his family. I'm going to go ahead and predict it.
Nothing you can do.
Yeah. Man,
What the fuck is going on with you? I taught you better than that. You a black man.
Where you hear I was losing the shop?
I heard everything in the street.
You in the streets at 70?
Nigga, I'm in the streets. I'm in the sheets.
You wild, daddy.
What if we just sold a bunch of inventory?
Not to sound like an asshole, but that's literally what I try to do every single day for a living.
Yeah.
I was hoping I could fix this.
You want an award?
Like I can. Yeah, I'm having a bad fucking day.
Damn, plot twist.
What's that? Wow! Holy shit! These people are my family. Think this is part of the hero's journey where something crazy happens and you gotta figure it out?
Nigga, this is crazy.
I know you didn't just say what I think you said.
Just put it on Tubi, chill.
Black. I mean, I'm half black. I'm biracial. I'm mixed race.
Oh no, Bobby. We don't need Bobby. Listen, this is cool that he's trying something different. But come on, we don't need no biracial jokes in the fucking movie, dude. Come on.
Thanks for knocking the Sonic rings out that
What are you
follow
doing?
button.
That's all.
Let it go.
Oh. Okay, that's like my biggest fear. It just happened, actually.
Can you sign for this, nigga?
Damn, Coop, he done called you a nigga in public.
So what game is this? Bobby Biracial the game.
Doesn't he look just like me? It's weird. I don't know how you came out of my sister's vagina and not my balls. It's like a spitting image.
You could tell he biracial as hell too. Not just because he fair skinned, but like me and him are like the same age. And I swear this nigga looks way older than me. How old is he? Let me Google this shit. Logic, rapper's age. Yeah, he's literally. I was born August 8th, 1990. So he's literally a few months older than me. He's 35. He's a few months older than me. This nigga looks 45 now, bro. This is crazy. Yeah, this is fucking crazy.
It's weird. I don't know how you came out of my sister's
That black don't crack, bro. We love that melanin over here.
It's funny because, you know, he's actually half black. And he's like, it's my identity. It's who I am. No, it's fucking not. You can't identify as black, moron.
He said that's his mama's side. Matter of fact, I met this dude in the gym yesterday. Black dude. It's not a lot of black people in my gym because of where I live, the neighborhood that I live in, but it was a black dude, older black dude. I came into the gym. This is a sign of respect, by the way. Story time. This is a sign of respect when you're in the gym. This is when you know you're putting in work. I put my gym bag down and I took my hoodie off. And I guess like he saw my build. And then he was like, all I heard was, mind you, he's behind me. All I heard is, he said, you play football, don't you? And I turned around, I said like, nah, OG. I was like, I used to wrestle. And he's like, I could tell based off it. He's like, you got a good solid build, bro. The pump cover, yeah. He's like, you got a good solid build on you. I was like, yeah. I was like, but every day it gets harder. I was like, I'm getting old, man. And he said, you old? He said, get the fuck out of here. He said, how old is you? I said, I'm 34. He said, that's old. He said, bro, I'm 43, bro. He's like, get the fuck out of here. But he's like, I'm not gonna lie. He's like, you are older than what I thought you would be. I said,
Now listen! That's called motherfucking
niggas can never tell my age. I love it. I fucking love it. Take care of yourself. Drink more water, exercise, eat good. Eat good. That shit is fucking funny, bro. But I was just like, hey, have a nice day. I went and started working out. I was like, have a nice day, King. He's like, I see you around, bro. He said, I take that as a compliment. Yeah, it was a compliment. It was a compliment. But it's also one of those, it's a, because you know, black people, in my opinion, we are psychic. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if scientific evidence came out of, like, you know, when you in a facility where it's mostly, or an area where it's mostly people, white people, when it's only one, there's only two other black people in there. Like, you see each other. Like, he just started talking to me because he saw another black person. He got excited. That's all it is. And like, you know, you network with people, show love. He was cool. I need to get back in the gym. Cap, he was trying to hit. I didn't get that vibe from him. I ain't gonna lie. Why did your brain go that way? This nigga tried to make the story gay as hell, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when y'all niggas say stuff like that, I be thinking like, bro, you want to talk about it? You want to live your truth? Like, you want to live your truth? I did not get that vibe from him, bro. And this is coming from somebody, I've been hit on by multiple gay dudes, so I know what that looks like, bro. Fuck, this nigga said he was trying to hit. I'm like, I don't think that's what it was, bro. The thing, anybody who works out, they'll tell you, the funny thing about working out is you should never work out as a man because you want to get girls. You get women from being a decent person, being funny, being fun to be around. That's how you get girls. When you get your body together, you get more compliments from men, but that has nothing to do with being gay. Like when you know you're doing something right, when you start frequenting the gym enough and random dudes be like, yo, I see, okay, you come here often, I see you, big man, you'll get more compliments from men, but it doesn't mean you're gay, bro. They just showing love, bro. This is the problem, man. That's an example of that toxic masculinity shit, bro. There is some truth to it. Sometimes I be feeling like that shit get blown out of proportion, but there is some truth to it. Like I seen a video on Twitter this morning. It was a text message chain, and I guess it was this dude. He was asking his homeboys. He's like, "Yo, let's go see Sinners" in the group chat, and one of the dudes in the group chat called him gay because he asked to go see Sinners. He's like, "Man, go find some bitches, bro. What you want to see Sinners with us for?" I'm like, "See, that's the problem, bro. Y'all niggas be doing too much, man. We can't hang out with the boy. Hanging out with the boys is gay now, apparently." You say, "Yo, I seen that too." Y'all gotta chill with that shit. Y'all really gotta chill with that shit.